The Philippines is tagged as the text capital of the world. With more than 83 million mobile phone users, the Philippines has also become a haven for sham text messages. But while the government and telecommunication companies find ways to nip this danger, scammers have turned to various creative methods to do more. Maris Garzon is a cook in a small eatery in Pasay City. She herself nearly fell victim to a text scam, also called smishing, where fraudsters send messages to mobile phones and trick victims into sending money or giving their personal and sensitive information.
Tanggap mo po yung panalo mo 1 milyon, pero kailangan mo mag-inquire ng ganito, ganyan. Sabi niya, pupunta daw ako sa ganito, tapos daw ako ng pera.
Scammers have become more innovative recently. There have been numerous reports of mobile phone users receiving messages from random numbers, and the message includes the mobile phone user's name to make the message more credible.
Hindi ka na duda, agad maniwala ka kasi dinadirect yung pangalan mo, sa dinirect yung number mo. Kasi magtaka ka kasi hindi mo naman ibinigay number mo sa kanila eh. Tapos bakit nila malalaman agad yung number mo kung hindi Kaya parang sa unang-una, maniwala ka, parang isipin mo na ay baka totoo nga, nanalo ako gito ganyan. Tapos yung pala hindi naman.
Darlon Castor, a barista in a coffee shop, has also received several personalized scam messages on his phone. But he's more careful now, after falling victim to another scammer who pretended to be a customer and placed a bulk order.
Pagdating namin doon sa pinaka-didelivera namin, wala yung taong yun. Yung mga order pa na hindi nabayaran. So na-scam talaga ako, worth 6,000. Mas madali nilang na yung tao na i-scam talaga kasi may pangalan. Minsan, kala mo yun yung kakilala mong kapangalan lang, parang malilito ka rin talaga, parang sa parang nabubudol ka, kumbaga.
These scammers also do not choose their targets. Earlier this week, Supreme Court Associate Justice Marvic Leonen shared on Twitter a text message he received, asking him to click on a link in order to receive 600 pesos. The text message includes the magistrate's name. Not only do these messages include your names, they also usually include links that the scammers ask you to click. Once you click on those links, that's where the scam usually happens. In a briefing, National Privacy Commission Complaints and Investigation Division Chief Michael Santos showed what happens when a person clicks the link included in scam messages.
Punta to sa isang website na naghihikayat sa inyong mag-invest. So kung mag-invest kayo rito, to get your reward, download nyo yung app at mag-apply, mag-click kayo ng mga permissions. So kung akala nyo, alam na nila yung pangalan nyo, at ang takot nyo, mas marami pa ba silang alam? Tingin namin sa ngayon, pangalan lang natin at number ang alam nila. Kaya sila nagpapasign up, gusto pa nalang makuha yung rest ng personal information natin para magamit nila para scamin tayo.
The government has said that the rising number of personalized text scams is alarming. But a question for many still remains. What happened? According to the National Privacy Commission, their initial investigation has shown that data aggregators are unlikely to be the source of the smishing messages.
As confirmed with the telecommunications companies, smishing messages which are sent using mobile phones are possible through a phone-to-phone transmission. Such transmission is usually coursed through a telecommunication company's regular network and does not pass through data aggregators.
Data aggregators are usually third-party organizations that companies tap to distribute their advisories and marketing offers to their customers. For example, you buy a product from a company and they ask you if you want to receive notifications and advisories for future promos or new products. If you agree, the company will give your data such as name and email address or, in some cases, mobile number to data aggregators, who will then send the advisories to you on behalf of the company. The NPC says that data aggregators usually use application-to-phone transmission to distribute messages and advisories to consumers. This, the NPC notes, is contrary to the smishing messages that used phone-to-phone transmission.
Contrary to a phone-to-phone transmission, data aggregators use an application-to-phone transmission. The messages received through this transmission will not appear to have come from specific mobile numbers. Instead, it will come from a sender that has SMS ID, that is blank names, organization names, etc., which identifies the data aggregator or the brand or business name using the data aggregator services.
Phone to phone to. Well, kung ganun, madali ba itong ma-pinpoint sino? Well, hindi ganun kadali sa tunay na buhay kaysa kumpara sa pelikula, no? Medyo may tech dito involved and kailangan dito yung tulungan ng government at ng mga telcos para ma-pinpoint natin kung sino yung gumagawa.
The NPC says their investigation is still ongoing to determine the source of the leak of the public's personal information. The NPC adds that it is also looking into the patterns in the use of name formats that seemingly match the names of the data subjects registered with popular payment applications, mobile wallets, and messaging applications. National Telecommunications Commission official Edgardo Cabarrios says there are several possible means scammers were able to obtain the mobile phone numbers and users' names. One possible source, he notes, are the various forms that people fill out.
Ding mga instances where merong kunwari may raffle, tapos ilalagay mo yung pangalan mo and the cellphone number. So yung pala ay data mining yan at pwede nilang ibenta kasi yun because these are important, especially sa mga marketers. No? Under the law, yung Data Privacy Act 2012, it is the responsibility of the data processor, yung nangalap ng data, to protect the privacy of this information. Sino ang may responsibility to sa data breach na to? Kasi may lumabas eh. At may telephone number, may pangalan, so that means mayroong breach of data privacy.
Under the Data Privacy Act of 2012, unauthorized access, processing, and use of another person's private and sensitive information are punishable by imprisonment and payment of a fine.
The NPC shall pursue its investigation to its full extent and within the bounds of its mandate to protect the fundamental human right of privacy. Through relevant issuances, the Commission will be compelling entities involved to take firm action in addressing the possible privacy risks brought about by targeted smishing messages.
The NPC says it was working with the National Telecommunications Commission, the Anti-Cybercrime Group of the Philippine National Police, as well as the major telecommunications firms to get to the bottom of this growing social menace. NTC, meanwhile, has instructed local telecommunication companies to warn subscribers about the different text scams.
Internally, we launched an investigation to identify saan papunta ito. Napunta itong mga SIM cards na ito.
Meron tayong reporting mechanism. So kapag nakakatanggap po kayo ng mga spam or scam messages, just take a screenshot and upload nyo po dun sa website ng Globe at iimbestigahan po natin yan.
So dito we're looking into kung paano pa palawigin yung ating customer awareness campaign. So blocking and customer awareness talaga. I think yung medyo immediate na solution sa problema na ito.
The Senate is also set to investigate the recent proliferation of deceptive text messages. Discussions are also ongoing for the passage of a measure that aims to make the registration of SIM cards mandatory. A similar measure was passed by Congress before, but it was vetoed by former President Rodrigo Duterte.
Kung hindi tayo mag-iingat, lalo na yung ating mga ordinaryong mga kababayan, di ba? Paano nila mabiberipika? So, this is very important.
For now, the public is urged to stay extra cautious so they won't fall prey to voracious criminal minds and lose money, property, or worse, their lives.
Kung may na-receive na information ng message, SMS, galing sa numero na wala naman sa directory, phone directory, so chances are scam yan, yung scam message. Pangalawa is kung yan ay galing sa phone number na hindi mo naman kakilala o nagpapakilala pero hindi mo kakilala, chances are scam din yan.
For workers striving to make ends meet, falling victim to scammers is the last thing they would ever want to happen.
Dapat hindi sila nagsasabi ng nag-i-scam ng ganun kasi ang mga lahat ng tao ngayon nangangailangan, lalo na sa tulad ko, single mom lang ako, may 3 akong pinapaaral. Kung mahirap na ngayon tao tapos gaganyanin pa nila, lalo nilang nilulugmok yung tao.
Who will be held responsible? This is the burning question of the public, who are still waiting for meaningful solutions. And in a society that depends more and more on technology, answers should come now and not later. This is Neil Mercado for INQUIRER.net.